Yo, what up? DMV Stylish Society, right here. The first ever Sneakerfiles. This guy right here, most of y'all out there know him. He does this sneaker stuff right here. It's my man Ant. So we gonna show off his sneaker collection. So let's go ahead and jump in, cause you got so much. And you can go ahead and start off right here with some of these classic SBs. Let everybody know what these are.
Thanks, Danae, I tried. But I mean, for me, this whole sneaker thing, it's been a fun ride. I've been doing it since about 2007, so I've seen a lot of come and go. I mean, it's cool, but now, like, I feel like stuff is so oversaturated, and they keep putting the same retros and releases out, and all these new colors. Like, I'm off of it now, but like now with all the new wave of SBs becoming popular again, I feel like this was the best way to start. So, the shoe that started it all for me was the De La Soul.
Sweet.
Yeah.
One of my faves.
Yeah, with these, it's like the same thing with me. Like, this is what really got me into shoes. Like, when I saw these, it was 2006, and I was a freshman in high school, and this dude in the back of my classroom had these, and I was like, man, like, that's, if you live in the DMV area, like, that's what dunks were, like, really, really popping. So when I saw him with these, I was like, wow, these are, like, so much different from, like, the ones at Foot Locker and whatnot. But, yeah, that's back when I didn't have money like that, so, you know, I had to pay reseller prices years later, but this right here, this started it all for me right here, and you know, I love them. That's all I really have to say about these, but...
And they're in great condition.
Oh, thank you. Like, these, you guys will see these this summer, though. I'm gonna say that much. But other than that, keep it with the pink boxes. I got the J3's. If you don't know, this is probably my favorite streetwear brand, so, you know, it was only right that I had the SBs too, but I feel like these are the underrated ones, because these came out at the same time that the Tiffany's did. This was before I got into sneakers, but basically when these came out in like 05 or so, they had streetwear brands doing collaborations with Nike SB. This is basically back when skateboarding and, you know, streetwear was hand in hand. So this is like the younger brother of the Tiffany, as I like to call it, because this is the one that gets slept on. So, you know, these are beautiful right here. If you have a pair of J3's, definitely cherish them, because you don't see these like you see Tiffs out there, but these don't go for $1,200 like Tiffany's either, so, you know, I love them.
Classic.
Oh yeah. And then lastly, I got the J-Packs also. This is before they started doing all the colors, like the black and green, the black and teal. My man Mo, shout out to Mo, he likes the black and green ones. Those are cool, but it's like the black and teal, you know, I'm not too crazy about it. But yeah, you know, it just has the same elements as the Jordan 1, which basically the Jordan 1 was inspired by the dunks. So yeah, they did these right though. I know that there was like the low top ones and all that. I wasn't crazy about those. But on to the next one, we got the black and purple boxes. We got the Brian Andersons, and they did these just right. They have the gum bottoms. Basically has the all camouflage upper that's like a really hard nylon. Like these right here, man. I wanted these back in high school too, because this dude in my math class, he had these and he had the Mork and Mindy's, and I was just like, damn, like, I knew about dunks, but not as much as I know now. So when I seen them, I was just like, I knew they were Brian Andersons, but yeah, you can't even find these like that anymore. So, you know, if you have these, cherish them also. But another one, this was a steal. I got these for, I think it was around 170 or so, but Money Cat Hots. And basically, these are the ones that have the little cat on the inside and everything too. I was a fan of the low tops, but you know, this was the one for me right here.
Yeah, that's still on my list. Still on my list.
And shout out to my man Jordan D. I know you had these in high school and your people got them for you from Flight Club. I remember, man. I was with you. Yeah. But yeah, all these years later, man, I still love these. But on to the next one. I got Baby Bears right here. Shout out to my man David. I know he got a pair of these that are beat, but you know, I know he got them when they came out initially in like 06. But yeah, this is my favorite one out of the 3 Bears pack that Metacom did. So, you know, I love these, man. Basically, it's a little louder than my taste and what I like now, but you know, basically everything that goes into it, the fur, the suede, you know, the colors, the way they really stick out. I think they did these right.
These are definitely done correctly.
Oh yeah, and like with all the little Jeremy Scott shoes with like the fur and the wings and whatnot, those are cool, but like, you know.
This started it.
Yeah, I feel like half of that stuff that y'all wear now with like the teddy bears and whatnot on it, like that wouldn't even be around if there was no Baby Bear in like 06 to, you know, fuel that fire. So yeah, those right there, that's it. And then the last SB I have for you guys, the MF Dooms. Shout out to my man Jordan, and shout out to my man Ant. It has the artwork on the bottom, I want to say from Food, that came out in 04. But this is definitely one of the best collabs I've seen any type of artist do in Nike SBs. So basically, you know, you have the little MF Doom metal face right there on the top. You also have the Doom graffiti on the side. And I don't have the second pair with me, it's boxed up, but basically it says Super Villain with the lace locks. But like me and my man Mo were talking about earlier, it's a perfect combination of materials, because it's like you have the little ostrich leather, you have suede, regular leather, and then of course the red really brings it out too. That's one of my favorite colors. So yeah, I love these. Jordan had these in high school also, man, so I finally caught up to you years later after you sold your Doom. So you know, that's what's up, man. You helped me start this whole SB thing and really get into it, so I appreciate you, my man. But
so keeping on track with these SBs, one question. So when it comes to the sneakers, because we know you got it all, SBs or Jordans, which one you picking first? Which one are you gonna crack with your outfit that day first?
That's tough. I hate to say it, but I would probably go with Jordans. Yeah, just because it's like with Jordans, it's like they done them right, at least at first. I'm gonna touch up on that later. But I mean, SBs, that's what started it off for me. So I really love Nike SB, but Air Jordan is probably the direction I would go. Like, yeah, we're gonna touch up on that in a sec.
With that being said, let's go ahead and show off some of these. So I'll go ahead and pass you these Olympic 7s.
Okay. So with these, this is actually the 2004 one. We were just talking about that earlier. Like, I know these joints came out like 3 or 4 times since they originally came out. But I was just telling Mo and Don earlier, shout out to Don too, the cameraman. I was basically telling them earlier, these come out every couple years, but this has always been my favorite Jordan 7. More specifically because it has a 9 on the back. He wore these in the Olympics when I was born in '92. So this is the one that has like the actual cold little metal eyelids, the aglets. And you know, they did these right. I know they came out in like 2012 and it looked like ketchup and mustard, like it was like red and yellow instead of the bronze and gold. So, you know, I love these. These are my favorite 7s. More specifically, probably my favorite retro from around that time.
Alright, we're gonna move on next. Knock out some of these 3s. You wanna move on to the 3s, or you wanna start with keep these for last?
Nah, let's do the 3s.
Alright, go.
Alright, so with the 3s, if you know me personally, this is the one that I have been missing for like the longest. Like, I've had 3s for a couple years now, but this, the white cement, this is the color that has evaded me over like the past 4 or 5 years. So this is actually the 03 one. Shout out to my new connect. He was the one that finally sized me with these, but these are the ones that actually had the red Jordan on the bottom instead of just having a little outline. So I really like them for that reason, but you know, where I was going on to say that I'd rather wear Jordans than SBs. It's like you could wear something like this, I feel like, easier than something that, you know, is so eccentric and, you know, put together with all the different materials, when this is just like one base, but it's just so smooth, you know. So yeah, that's what I really like.
We can move on. We can go ahead and touch these cements, these beautiful, beautiful cements.
Oh man, thank you. Basically with these, I have been looking for these for years too. These are the 2001 joints. So I heard that
that's a Nike Air on the back, guys.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, these are not the OGs. Like, please do not call Jordans with Nike on the back originals, because originals came out either in the 80s all the way up to the early 2000s. But these are definitely one of the original retros of these. These actually were the second release of, well, the third release of the Black Cement, so it was the second retro. But yeah, basically with these, if you know me personally, once again, Pharrell, one of my favorite artists, that's somebody that I personally draw inspiration from. He was one of the first people I'd really seen pull off Black Cements, and it made me like want them really bad back then. I think he got the 01s too, so you know, it's definitely that real nice quality. But my whole thing is, with like the 88 3s, to kind of touch up on the new releases, they're cool. And shout out to my man Shanks. I know you just got those joints. I know you know Shanks too.
Yeah.
With that, I mean, basically the new releases are cool, but like, for example, the 88s, it won't have the little details. Like, it won't have Nike on the bottom, it won't have Nike on the inside, if y'all can see that. But, you know, basically it's just adding on to a new retro, but they're inflating the price just all simply because it's a little Nike logo. And to me, I think that's stupid, but I mean, you know, to each his own.
Alright, let's go on. Take it to the next one. These 4s.
And to keep it on the whole Nike Air subject, I had really been looking for 99 4s for the longest. I wanted the black and red ones. That's probably my favorite Jordan ever. So I finally got the white cement 4 from 99, the one over that. And shout out to my man Nate, because I know me and Nate were just talking about these a couple of months ago. But yeah, basically with these, I couldn't do the whole 2012 re-release because it's like they did those so horribly in my opinion. Like when it doesn't fully capture how the shoe originally was when it came out, that's what kind of makes me lack my interest in wanting to get the re-release. Like a lot of these new retros from the past couple months, they did them right though. So it's like, you know, that's why I copped all the 2014 and 2013 GRs. But stuff like this that, you know, I'm really into, you know.
And speaking on new releases, we can go ahead and move on to these.
Oh man.
One of my favorites that I actually don't have, but a lot of you hype these stuff there, Mike.
Yeah, with those, I really hate the love that ones have been getting lately. I mean, it's cool that everybody finally appreciates them, excuse me. But yeah, I feel like Kanye really set the bar up there for the ones, because this was the Jordan that everybody claimed looked like Dunks back in the day. I was one of the people that had said something along those lines, but at the same time, I did appreciate the ones for what they were. I always just saw them as a basketball version of Dunks, not the one that, you know, skating and whatnot. But yeah, basically with these, when they came back out, the retro was cool. I mean, the retro, but it just didn't have the same type of justice. Like, we were talking about these earlier before the shoot, and they have like the parachute nylon on the tongue. They have the nubuck swoosh on the side, so it's actually gonna be nubuck instead of all leather. And these are numbered also. I think they made like 38,000 pair or something like that. I think this is like 12,000.
Yeah, 12. This is 12, 7, 17.
Out of 38,000.
I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, let's zoom in on that.
Yeah, so this is back when J's were like super limited. This was probably, well, I mean, not super limited. They made enough, but at the same time, this is stuff that had gone to the outlets and whatnot.
So talking about new releases and stuff that's coming out, one of my holy grails, I absolutely love this shoe. I don't have one personally, so you're the man in my eyes because you have some Columbia 11s. Let's not get these confused with Space Jams, two totally different shoes.
Thank you.
And if you guys can see this, that ivory.
Oh yeah, they aged a little bit. You know, I like them like that.
Yeah, that's the beauty in them. Go ahead and...
with these, shout out to my man Jordan once again. You know, you're like my brother, yo, but you were there the day that I bought these. I got them from my spot out in LA. I can't tell y'all where it's at. You're probably hip to it if you know me though, because it's like I be telling people stuff. But yeah, these right here, I actually got these a couple years ago. But when I picked them up, I really didn't think I'd find them in this type of condition. Like, I literally got original box, paper, everything but the retro card, which, you know, I could live without. But yeah, with these, like she said, I don't think they're gonna give them justice personally. I already know the blue is gonna be like the same shade that they use on the camel ones that just came out, and I wasn't too crazy about those. So yeah, with these, I'm probably gonna break these out this summer a few times before they retro. So well, retro again. So you know, I love them though. They have the Nike Air on the insole because that's right before Nike and Jordan brand split. So yeah, if y'all can see that, but this is back when quality really mattered in Jordans, and I feel like this essentially captured that. It had all leather upper with the patent leather on it, and then, you know, they age like fine wine though. They have the blue and black carbon fiber also in them, so you know, that's definitely different about the 11s. That's one thing that I do like about the 11s. They're put together extremely great for what it is. I just find them to be one of the most overrated Jordans now, just because of, you know, how typically they release every Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking on re-releases, how do you feel, what is your opinion on new retros versus OGs or re-releases? How do you feel? Do you think that one is better, or?
I mean, to kind of touch up on that a little bit, sort of, but basically, everything will essentially be different. That is something that I have read through the forums over the years. Shout out to NT, shout out to my NT brothers, Kanar and Dom, if y'all are watching this. But basically that is something that they did touch up on. Every retro will be somewhat different, whether it be, you know, some of the shades of colors that they use. Obviously materials aren't going to be the same over the years and whatnot. But one thing that I'm not too crazy about is all the retro colors. Well, I mean the retro plus colors. I mean that was cool like back when like the Olympic 6s were a colorway that Jordan never wore. But it was something that, you know, like gradually over time it looked good. Altitude 13s, that's another one that was up there for a color that he didn't wear. But like when you come out with stuff like the Bobcat 10s, I understand that, you know, he may have some portions of funds or something in that team, but those were some bush. Like I don't think that Jordan cares what they're putting out, obviously, but I mean, like, you know, he's getting his paycheck. But yeah, like those were horrible. Like if you make a retro plus colorway, at least have it relate to something that he did in his career. Like the whole little Kilroy pack. That was a cool concept.
Yeah, none of those are my favorites. Like all the Fresh Prince 5s and
the Bel Air.
Yeah, but I can't. But so we know that you have a lot of dead stock sneakers. So how do you feel? How do you go about that? How long do you wait? Is it certain shoes that you just like, these are untouchable, I'm keeping them on ice forever? Or how does that work out in your mind?
Man, to speak on that a little bit, I do wear everything. For people that are, you know, wondering at home and whatnot, like a lot of people ask me that all the time, like, do you actually wear anything? I do, but the thing is, I have a job where I work like maybe 5 or 6 days a week, so the days off that I do have, I'll probably opt to those same 4 or 5 shoes that I wear all the time, like, you know, infrared 90s, white and rare Max 1, you know, things like that. But it depends how badly I want to wear the shoe. Like, for example, these are the 99s. My man Mo, he was here with me when I undead stocked these. I actually wore these for the first time on New Year's of this year, and they actually held up great. You know, midsole's firm, everything like that. I do the test, you know, I read the forums. It's like I make sure everything I pick up is at least wearable. I gotta get my 01 Black Cement 3s re-glued, so you know my boy's gonna take care of that for me. But other than that, like, I really get I get a good feeling, you know, when I break something out that's old that, you know, you typically don't see every day. So with something like these, when I pulled these out, me and Nate were out in Tyson's, and I know these kids walked by us and they saw that Nike Air Tab on the back, and I heard him say something like, damn, and I was like, man, I already knew what he was talking about, because I saw him look at our feet when he walked by. So, you know, that was funny. But, you know, things like SBs and whatnot too, this is all stuff that I wanted back in the day, so it's something I'm gonna want to wear now. And that's also one of the reasons why I wore the 04 Olympics so much, because this is something I wanted, like, you know, through the years, and now that I finally got them, it's something that I could wear with pride, especially knowing that the retros aren't, well, that the new retros at least aren't made this well.
And talking about what you wanted for years, everybody has that first shoe, because you consider yourself a retired vet. I know you're still active in this game, but I know for some of us, like, I can look back and remember, like, what that one shoe was that, like, really got me into it. So, what about you? You know what that one shoe was, but it's like, I started from here, and it just grew.
For me, I actually don't have a lot of the older shoes I started out with. That's stuff that I actually gave away to either family or stuff that I had sold away through the years. But basically, when I had first really got into sneakers around 2006, 2007, before I was buying them for myself, obviously, but I was really into dunks, you know, things like that. I was into ice creams back then too, I lie to you not. That's back when vape and all that was really popular also. Popular the first time before this new wave caught. But, you know, basically for me, like I had touched up on earlier, it was a De La Souls, just because with these, it was just put together so much differently from like something that I would typically see in stores. So when I had seen this and seeing the elephant print on it, you know, seeing the little vinyl on the back, I was just like, damn, like, you know, they really put pride in, you know, they put quality work into this. That's why when stuff comes out now, it doesn't really excite me, because I feel like, me personally, they don't put that same kind of love in the retros they put out now. So, you know, that's just how I see things.
Right. So everybody has that one shoe that they don't have. It's like, no matter what I do, I can't never come by this shoe. That holy grail shoe. Like I told you, mine's were these Columbias right here. Well, this is one of mine. These Columbias right here. So you got one of those, your holy grails?
I don't want to sound arrogant or anything like that, but I feel like I literally did buy everything that I wanted. There's a couple of shoes that have evaded me over the years. I want Columbia 4s. I know that's one that you have that I don't have yet. And that was one of the Retro Plus colors that actually did look good. Jordan never wore Columbia 4s. That's the white ones with the little, the wings on the side, the little eyelets. These I want to say are like that navy blue, and then they had like some Columbia blue in them too. And basically those, that's one that I'm still looking for. Oreo 4s too, the all black one with the white speckles. Yeah, can't find those like that either. That's more or less because most of the ones that are out now are no longer wearable. So, you know, that's one thing I kind of take into consideration before I spend like $300-400. But other than that, there is one that I want that, I mean, it's kind of out in the market. That's 2000 Concords. If I could find those, or a fresh pair from like, you know, 95, 96, the original Concords, I would probably, you know, step out of retirement and go with those. Yeah. All
right. And I know you touched on it a little bit, as far as like Pharrell, but who are, because there's certain people that I looked when I first started, because I am a retired vet. So when I first started, there were people I looked up to, but I was like, oh, I saw them with the sneaker, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that, or they just like motivated me, like, oh, I gotta get this guy. Who was that person for you? Because I know you touched on Pharrell. Anybody else?
Yeah, for real was Pharrell, because I know he has a pair of 01 black cements. I've seen him wearing these a couple times, I want to say, in some shows. And that really set my love for the black cements up there, just because of how much, you know, I personally looked up to him. But if you know me once again in real life, you know how hard I with Dom Kennedy and Currency. So, you know, Jet Life to the next life. I know you're watching, Mel, so if you see this joint, Jet Life for the next show. But you know, Currency has mad love for the Jordan 3s also. So, you know, Currency, if you're ever watching this, man, you know, we be for the 3s also, man. So, you know, we're showing love to the old school, because this isn't any of that new release stuff. These are almost, well, these are older than 10 years right here. But, you know, my man Dom, he has mad love for the 4s too. So, Dom, if you ever watch this joint, man, I admire you and spending what y'all do, man. So, you know, not on some bromance teas or anything like that, pause, but, you know, I look up to y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I know you have mad love for the ones too. I want to say you got the 01 Royals. I've seen you with those before, so, yeah, man, you know, keep doing your thing with the music.
And I definitely, cause, you know, it seems like now a lot of people are just, they want quantity over quality. I feel like like everybody wants to just have it all instead of just having those one key shoes that is like timeless, that you just need in your collection. And a lot of times though, those key shoes are the ones that like that hit heads. So is there any type of, when you go about buying shoes, how do you do it? Is there any like price range, or is it like I'm never going over this certain amount?
I mean, it's happened before. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my limit is like $450, because I mean that's the most I see anything going for. Like, if it's more than that, I will not touch it. Like all that Dornbecker stuff for the little children's hospital.
Yeah.
I find that for one to be like, if you're a reseller, I mean that's cool. You know you're trying to get your cut out of it. But when stuff like that Nike releases and it goes to like a foundation like that, I just don't see how people could flip like a shoe that's supposed to go to charity for like, you know, $500-600. So I could never justify paying like $600 for some Dornbecker 3s, or like, you know, like $900 for Dornbecker 5s. To me, that's pointless, because that's a shoe that came out initially for a good cause. So I mean, I understand they're just shoes to some people, but I mean, like, I took that a little personally, because it's like, you know, I'm not dropping my hard-earned money on something that should be going towards something like that.
Right.
When it's not going to that.
Right. Definitely.
But I mean, other than that, like, I would never get Air Yeezys for the same reason. As hard as I fuck with Kanye West, I cannot justify paying $1,600 for something like that. As bad as I do like them.
Yeah.
I think we've all come to those terms.
Yeah, we've all come to the realistic view of Air Yeezys.
Yeah, but I mean, with that, like, most of the Jordan retros, they are mostly affordable. Like, all the stuff from like 01 to 04, you could reasonably find from like, you know, $200 to like $400, depending on what you're looking for. So, you know, just gotta be persistent and then know what you're looking for. But always look at the prices first. But you should never Like, to everybody watching, do not rely on Flight Club for their prices. Just because with them, it's straight consignment. So they're going off at, you know, their own thing. But I mean, they're up to the seller, but you know, yeah. Don't go off of Flight Club prices.
Classics.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, those, I guess part 2 of the video would just be like, you know, all this miscellaneous.
Yeah, and I definitely want to touch up on the cracking and the restore stuff. To let them know it's really real. It's really real.
Shout out to my man, Really Real.
Right.
Oh yeah, this was the beginning of the hypebeast era. It's okay that we say hypebeast, so yeah, he's out. Mo used that word earlier, so you can definitely do that.
Like you get up and like put jello and stuff. Do one of those.